This is the sound of the far right on the verge of a breakthrough. Polls show the Alternative for Germany party, known as the AfD, set to place second in this weekend's election and become the country's largest opposition party. That would be the best result for the hard right here since the defeat of the Nazis in the Second World War. The AfD's populist platform may sound familiar: restoring German greatness, rebuilding the country's manufacturing base after 2 years of economic recession, and slashing levels of immigration. But the AfD has an unusual advantage: the support of the world's richest man.
I think you're really the best hope for Germany.
Elon Musk has endorsed the party and heavily boosted it across X. And last week, the vice president stunning Germany with this speech.
There's no room for firewalls.
Germany's mainstream parties have long refused to work with the far right, a principle known as the firewall. Vance's call for that wall to be torn down, seen by this AfD parliamentary candidate as a signal from the White House to German voters that it's okay to vote for the far right.
I think people are now, they feel free to actually vote for what they always wanted to vote for.
Polls suggest the center-right's Friedrich Merz, a relative moderate, is now poised to become Germany's next chancellor. He rejected Vance's speech as U.S. interference in his country's election. But some Germans fear he's already tearing down the firewall, recently relying on the AfD's votes for a measure to tighten immigration rules. Immigration a top issue in the election after a series of attacks carried out by migrants or asylum seekers, including this car ramming at a Christmas market back in December, which killed 6 people in the city of Magdeburg.
The crime scene has been cleared and the market is open, but migrants here say that since the attack, there's a new atmosphere of suspicion and even hostility.
You can feel that in the way that people are looking at you.
Amarawani came to Germany as a refugee from Syria. Today, he's a German citizen and works for Magdeburg's public transport system.
Many people feel angry, and I can understand that. But these people must also understand we as a people, as a normal people, as normal citizens, have nothing to do with that. Yeah, we are foreigners, we have foreigner background, but we have nothing to do with that.
What would you say to your fellow German citizen who's thinking about voting for the AfD right now?
I can say to them, you should think about the future of you and your children. You should think about this country, what this country built on. At the end of the day, this is a democratic land. This is a democratic country. You can vote for whichever party you want, but you should really think about the future.
The AfD's leader and candidate for chancellor is Alice Weidel, an economist who says her party is conservative but denies any link to Nazism.
And we are exactly the opposite. We are a libertarian conservative party. We are wrongly framed the entire time.
She rails against so-called woke ideology and promises to cut immigration, but is also married to a woman who was born overseas. Weidel says that's no contradiction, as she leads her party from the fringes to within touching distance of real political power at the heart of Europe.
And Raf joins us now. Let's go back to Elon Musk speaking at this AfD event. I mean, it feels like such a watershed moment. You mentioned kind of in that piece just now that some might view that as interference in politics that they really shouldn't be chiming in on. But has there been another reception to that in a positive way? I mean, how hot button or controversial has his appearance been there?
Been very controversial, Brian. Musk is a polarizing figure over here, just as he is in the United States. For supporters of the AfD, they feel like they have one of the great innovators, the great entrepreneurs of our age, on their side. For opponents, they feel like this is a foreign billionaire with an agenda who is interfering in their election. Now, one key difference with the United States is Musk spent more than $200 million helping President Trump, helping Republicans get elected. At this point, there's no evidence he's actually spent money on the election here in Germany or in the UK, where he's supporting another populist party. But he has certainly given the AfD enormous exposure, both the media attention that he's drawing to it and also just boosting it on X, his social media platform. And many people here in Germany think the AfD would not be doing as well as it is right now without support from Musk. Brian.
Raf Sanchez in Berlin. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.